What's up, fam? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all blessed. I'm out here on a Friday, just blessed, living life. And the reason I'm making this video today is to talk about something. And that something I want to talk about is success. I'm remaking that second week that I made with making YouTube videos. This was about 7 years ago now, and I recently thought kind of want to remake those videos because those subjects that were spoken about, I feel that they were powerful, and with a just reminder of constantly kind of having those thoughts in my mind, having those subjects kind of continually just fresh. I feel like that's a blueprint to a successful, blessed life. So that's what this video is going to be. And that topic was preparation to success. That's the topic that I spoke on. And I kind of just want to retouch on it, touch on that subject. So the question is, what is success? Success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Okay, that's what success is. And we can be successful at many things. We can be successful in our marriage, business, finance, fitness, career. We can have great successes, and we can have small successes, great successful events and small levels of success. And the small successes, they can be in a video game, a race, a daily goal, winning a couple games, work recognition, etc., right? And a great success, or the bigger events that that we think of when talking about success, is coming in the form of a great promotion at work. Okay, graduation from school, college, you got accepted into a good college, marriage, as opposed to a good date, or you guys have chemistry, you and somebody else. So that's a bigger goal, a bigger success, marriage. Or say you're in a team, competitive sports, and your team won the championship. That's another great form of success. And success makes us feel good. Let's be real. Success makes us feel accomplished, and it makes us feel relieved. And what we need to talk about is what goes into success. What brings us that success? Because there is a formula. And I think one of the major things that people don't talk about enough is that preparation that goes into success. And there's often very little forethought prior to a success or successes in general, which lead to eventual downfall and eventual failures. Like the Bible verse says, pride comes before a fall. And when you're not mindful and respectful of the success, you're gonna fall. You're going into it without any kind of humility. So before you could succeed in anything, you must prepare for it. And a blessing without preparation is a setup for failure. If I give a child the keys to my car, they probably wouldn't know how to start it. And if they do, they wouldn't have the discipline or wisdom to drive or adhere to the road laws. They might crash, they might damage the vehicle, but one thing's for certain, they're gonna fail. They will fail. I remember on my first driver's test, I failed. And although I've driven a lot of times before, I failed because 30 times I failed to look over my shoulder during a turn. I never knew I had to do that. And I was unprepared. And I was in shock when the driver told me or the guy who the instructor told me, yeah, you failed because 30 times you didn't look over your shoulder as you turned. And I said, what the? I thought I just had to look in the rearview mirrors. No, you have to physically turn your shoulder. And I had 2 other little issues, but 30 times I failed to look over my shoulder when turning. And I failed because of that. Yeah, interesting. And as a child, well, if I give the child the keys to the car, that's what's going to happen. So if you give me a plane and certify me as a pilot, I'm going to fail. And whoever gives me that certification without letting me prepare or any of that, they're pretty irresponsible. So I must prepare to receive a gift. Sadly, life doesn't always give you a guidebook before your rewards. And the Bible talks about this. It talks about you don't give pearls to pigs and you don't give what is holy to the dogs. And that is the perfect verse for that. If you're not prepared for something, you're not prepared for something great, it's better not to receive it. So this is why you see such successful people in certain areas of life, successful in football, successful in athletics, you name it, golf, billionaires, and you see them divorced, or you see them in such poor conditions in different other things. You see them cheated on. You see Scottie Pippen. You see Tom Brady, Tiger Woods. They lose everything in a divorce. They lose everything, including their dignity, because like Scottie Pippen, Will Smith, sad to see these things. But it's because they didn't prepare for the success in different things. You see doctors filled with health problems these days. You see fitness coaches that are overweight. You see life coaches and psychologists committing suicide. What was that? Mr. Beast Mr. Beast had a thing where he had somebody lose weight. The coach overdosed on ketamine. He was supposed to be a fitness coach. He was supposed to be a life coach, a motivation to this guy. And he ends up sadly passing away. And it was sad. It was very sad. And it's sad to see people who are in these positions so broken. You see life coaches and psychologists committing suicide, unsuccessful. Police officers being arrested for crimes. And then you see them getting pulled over for DUIs. So it's like, you would think they'd be the most successful people, at least on these things. And it's because they fail to always prepare for success. They may have prepared for success in football. They may have prepared for success in passing those exams to become a doctor. They may have passed the exams or gone whatever they had to do to become a fitness coach. But guess what? They didn't live it, and they didn't prepare it in their own lives. So remember to prepare for success always. And it isn't just to be successful a couple times. It's to always be prepared. You have to always be prepared for any success in your life if you want to maintain it. And we often ask for things that are going to and pray for things that are going to hurt us because we're not prepared. Rather than praying for things, rather than for hoping for things, prepare for it. And it's going to come to you. And it's going to be a blessing to you because you have prepared for it. So what do you need to do to make a good foundation to prepare and everything? How do we do it? You need to have vision. You need to visualize it. You need to envision it. If you like to become a supervisor or manager, well, begin by leading people on your team. Miles Monroe once said, you don't manage people, you lead people. You manage things, not people. You stay late, you help every chance you get. You learn all the functions in the workplace. You become the quickest, most efficient, safest, most thoughtful. You embody that. You become the most available, most caring, the greatest servant to all people. That's what you do if you want to be something great in your company, like a leader, supervisor, or manager. That's what you do. How you prepare. You have to be what you want to be before you're even there. If you want to become a doctor, start by helping people. Start by first being healthy in every way possible and studying all ways and all forms of health and body health. If you want to be a chef, start by being in love with foods. Love every single fruit, love every vegetable, learn how to work a kitchen, learn about the temperatures, the heat, the way to slow cook, everything about cooking, and learn how to love flavor and to just be that. But plan for every success. If you're a chef, but still plan for take that with you. Take that love of cooking, love of, say you're a doctor, love of health, and take that with you to your marriage. Take the preparation for success to every avenue of your life. My cousin Eddie, he taught me about the 5 disciplines of life. Finance, and this is why I have them. Finance, career, fitness, relationships with people, relationships with God. Those are the 3 things right there, okay? I don't know what's going on here. Let me check what's going on here. Okay, pretend you didn't just hear that, okay? See, and I'm right here. I'm preparing for financial success by listening to financial successful people, all right? You just heard it. So, this video's already gone too long. I was going to say a story. I don't know if I should say it, but I'll say it quick. How about that? Yeah? Okay. So, don't just think because you have the license, you have the certificates, you have the plaques, credentials, that you're qualified. No, you will fail. Learn by being in there. Learn by experience. Learn by speaking to the people around there. Prepare for the success. Don't think because you have credentials that you're going to make it. No. And I learned, look at this. I got certified. A lot of times the credentials tell you you're good to start, but doesn't mean you're trained already. Doesn't mean you're positioned already. Remember that. So I learned successful my first time at a young age at a case selecting job. I started, it was my first day. I had no experience. Pure heart. I case selected 900 on my first day. We had to be at 1900 to go home early and make $12 an hour. We had to do 1,600 cases to get $10 an hour. So what did I do? I followed people. I learned how to do it. I studied. I prepared. So I was already there. I was already working. I was already doing all this and that. But I still had to prepare. And what did it take? I had to get 30 minutes early. I had to speak to ask questions to the smartest, wisest people who were less fit than me, people who were less healthy than me, people who were twice my age, going home early and knowing the tools to succeed. So first step, get there early. Second step, the second step was to, the first step, I got there early because people got their equipment early and they got to set up and stretch early. And then they got out and they got the best equipment. The people who didn't, they didn't have any equipment and they would just give up already. Or they had the worst equipment and their equipment failed them. Second is, so let's go through each. This thing keeps telling me to stop. So the next one is, you stack. You learn how to build a base. You stack, so you minimize your touches per box. And then third is don't talk to anybody while you're picking. Don't talk to anybody unless you have a question or you need help or you have to help somebody. And fourth, stay close to your location and pick. Minimize the travel. You don't want to walk too far from your cases. Grab and go. And within no time, I was efficient. I was going home in 6 to 8 hours with 1,900 cases picked daily. And no time wasted. I learned, and it all came through preparation, envisioning, studying, and paying. And those things got me through it. And I succeeded because I kept preparing. Every day, I kept preparing. I would sleep. I would write notes. I would think about it all the time. And eventually, it became second nature to me. Success became second nature to me. And preparation allowed me to set myself up for success. So, I'm going to give this example. The next example is that, and if you want to keep watching, you can keep watching. If you want to log off, peace out. God bless. But the next one, I lost weight. I lost about 40 pounds, 50 pounds twice. And that's a whole pretty long story, but I have it in a video below. And maybe I'll get into more detail. But pretty much the story goes like this. I studied fitness like you wouldn't imagine. Every muscle, I know every muscle. I can name you every muscle. I studied diets. I could tell you everything about the keto, how it works. I could tell you everything about the low carb, the seafood diet, the Pascal, whatever you call it. I can tell you at least a good amount still. I retained a good amount, but I mean, I knew these diets like really well. And just, it's all about a calorie deficit. And then I've experienced it. I've done these diets. Some of these diets have really hurt me. Like, they're painful because, especially when you're in ketosis, getting there, you just feel dead on energy and you're wondering what's going on. But when it hits ketosis, you feel great. You feel decent again. But that's a hard diet. But anyways, I digress. So I studied every workout program, every diet, every muscle group, reps, rests, sets, chalk, straps, like working sets, supersets, every workout program, the 100 rep one, the whole 4 days of 15 reps on this. I learned everything. ISO compound, the splits. I mean splits, like what's your split? All the push pull legs, back and biceps, and I don't know, even the back and chest on a day. I learned them all. I learned it all. And guess what? So by the time it was time to start my diet, lock in, it was time to get going, guess what? I lost 40 to 50. I lost 60 pounds the first time, actually. 60 pounds. And in my first week, I lost 10 pounds. And that was just on straight up because I was already prepared. I prepared for it and I thought about it and I had the plan before I even started my diet. So I lost 10 pounds the first week. For like 2-3 weeks after that, I lost 4 pounds a week. And then my body plateaued. I had to go down, drop it down from 2,000 calories to 1,800. And then I was still able to lose 2 pounds a week for the rest of the duration of the diet. And I did that. I'll tell you, I had already succeeded before I even started because of my preparation. It was so perfect. And people were like, how did you lose 60 pounds in 6 months? I just saw you 6 months ago. How did you do that? What did you do? And it was all 100% on the preparation and the vision. And you can do it too. You can succeed in everything that you set your mind to, everything that you put your heart into, by preparing for it, envisioning it, studying it, and being in it. So that's the success secret to perpetual success. Be it, embody it. But preparation and success will give you success. Work hard and prepare before the promotion. Embody the position before your arrival. So God bless. Take care. See you guys soon, and hope you're all doing well. Like and subscribe. What can I say? I'm glad you made it this far. It's 18 minutes in. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. God bless again. Take care. See you soon. Bye.